Legend with 400 metres to go, and High Foil going out after him. Noble Lord has given it away. Young Quinn's under a lot of pressure now to make his move, and Robalan's following Young Quinn. He pulls out to go on the outside. Further back to Waybill and Speedy Besta. Turn for home. 200 metres to go, and Qatari Legend from High Foil. Robalan, you can give Young Quinn away. He's got absolutely no response at all. And it's Qatari Legend and Robalan. Young Quinn is fighting on very bravely, but it's Robalan to win the 1974 New Zealand Trotting Cup. What a fantastic performance. He's won it at last.
Margo, what did Robalan mean to you as a family?
Oh, he was just amazing. Like, he was I guess you'd call him a highly strung horse, so he had a hell of a lot of character, but he was just neat, and because he was so good, you know, you let him work a few things you want the others, I suppose. But no, I always felt we had a special bond because we were the same age. You know, we're both born in '66, so to me, you know, like I always felt I had a real great bond with him.
What do you remember about him, like your relationship with him?
Well, I remember Alan Dever used to come up sometimes because he was a part owner from Invercargill, and he used to say to me when he was younger, I can't believe he never got killed. I would bite round on my wee trike behind him and pull his tail, and he's like, oh my God, you know who you're pulling his tail, you know, like how's he not killing you? But yeah, which another reason I thought we had a great bond, so yeah.
He was known to be a little bit mad. What were his characteristics around the barn?
At home he was good, you know, I guess it was just a race day excitement that kind of wound him up, but no, at home he was great, you know, as kids we let him out to the paddock and brushed him, and you know, like, you know, no problem, went into his, you know, yard and fed him, and you know, it's no big deal, but you know, race day I think he knew, you know, game's on type thing, and got a bit crazy.
What did your father Denis say about the horse and his deeds on the track?
I always remember Dad saying, you know, he just couldn't imagine what he'd go over at America. You know, he said he just had such speed and he could stay. You know, he was an all-round horse, you know, and he was so tough. And, you know, obviously when he put it together, he was amazing.
Being free-legged and such a top performer, he was a bit of a fan favourite too. Does he still come up in conversation these days?
Not so much, I guess, because we're getting old. With older people, you know, I mean, I saw people, you know, say, I love Robalan, he was my favourite horse. Well, ironically enough, Robalan was the first horse that Pete ever had a bet on when he was a kid himself, older than me, obviously, I think as a teenager or something, and he went to Forbury with his parents and he said, oh, can you put $1 each way on Robalan for me? And he watched him warm up, and he warmed up the wrong way, and he said he hitched and hopped round, he wanted to take his money off, but he duly came out and won, so yeah.
Can you believe it's been 50 years?
Oh, makes me feel old. Scary, really. I still think I'm a kid, but no, 50 years ago plus, yeah.
What can you remember about that day?
We were here, you know, as kids, Kim and I can't remember too much of the day. I remember Mum and Dad going out for dinner afterwards with Alan and Carol Oldfield, and I remember getting them ready, really, but I can't actually remember the race. But, you know, I remember being at the races, but not, yeah. Mind you, I actually watched the replay on the YouTube today, and given the crowd, I was probably flat seeing it, to be honest. The crowd was amazing and just screaming. To be honest, I watched this afternoon, and I seen, you know, shivers down my back, to be honest, you know.
Yeah. How many times do you think you've watched that replay?
Probably quite a few now. When Dad got sick, you know, when he was in hospital and that, I'd take the iPad in and I'd show him and that was probably about the first time I'd seen it, but you know, I probably watched it 10, 15, 20 times now, but no, it's still, like I said, it sends shivers down my back, really.
There's a street in Horsville named after the horse, Robalan Close. Have you been there?
Haven't been there, but I would imagine that's would have been McDermott's farm. John and Morris's, I'm not sure if it was their father or grandfather actually bred Robalan. So, and I know Morrison that had a dairy farm over there they sold, so I imagine it's in their subdivision, but no, I haven't actually been there. I think actually there's one in Blenheim too, a Robalan Street or something in Blenheim, which would be because of Peter Hope, Greg's father, who part owned him too, I imagine, so yeah.
So he didn't wear hobbles?
No.
Do you remember anything about that story or what he'd do when he was wearing them?
The Interdominions, I don't know what year this was, were to be held in Christchurch. Dad was up in Auckland and Mum worked him and she left the hobbles off him. I don't know whether she's just going to give him a weekend or something. And when Dad got back from Auckland, she said he's far better without the hobbles. So they started racing without the hobbles, but then of course the Interdom's on your back door and they think, oh, well, we don't want to risk galloping, you know, we'd only had a couple of starts. So Dad put the hobbles back on and took no part, so it never went on again. So yeah, that was all down to Mum taking the hobbles off.
Was that unusual back then?
Very. I think the last Cup Robbie raced him with the year after. He ran third the year after he won. Final decision. It was a free-legged horse too, and yeah, no, he was amazing, but yeah, pretty rare. Still is these days, you know, like pretty rare.
So Margo, given you were quite young at the time. When did you realise the legacy that Robalan and your father have left?
To be honest, it would have taken a long time. Hey, your kids are going out having fun, and I travelled the world when I was younger, and it wasn't until I came back from overseas and I kind of got into, started training that myself that you kind of start thinking, oh, holy crap, that was pretty special, really. And like I said, I watched the replay, and where we're standing now, we used to be the public stand, and it was chocker, and this whole launch chocker, and people were just screaming and screaming. And it's just, but it would have taken me, I don't know, probably my 20s, before I started thinking, oh shit, that really was something.